97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Just kind of curious, can you glue your lips shut if you use that like chapstick? Okay. All right, he's letting it set. How does it feel?
Can you open them?
Yeah, it's too pasty.
Oh, it
We
is.
need super glue for this tour. Although,
No, we're not going to do super glue. I just want to see. I was going to almost try it at my house. I'm like going, what if you actually glue your lips shut and like a moron, you got to come in and be like, yeah, I can't. You have to write out. I have to text you guys. I can't do the show. Why? Oh, I glued my lips shut.
What?
I will say, though, it burns.
It does.
Like bad. I should wash this off.
Yeah, soap and water.
Okay.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Good morning. Welcome to the KVJ show. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your Thursday. Gotta say, it's a little bit warmer here in South Florida today than it was yesterday.
Definitely.
At this time.
Yesterday it was 40 at this time.
Yeah.
Today it looks like it's 58
Okay.
when I left my house. So
You definitely can feel a difference.
way better.
Yeah. No doubt. It is a lot better. So, for a majority of people, we are a South Florida show, if you didn't know. But there are people that watch us on YouTube globally, and they listen to the podcast and all that kind of stuff. And so I did get several emails from people who thought, you guys need to stop complaining about your weather. People are in different parts of the country who were like going, you guys were complaining it was like 39 degrees.
People always get mad at that. If you complain about that, or if you complain about your commute, there's always somebody with a longer commute. Oh, stop it. I have to drive an hour and a half to Miami.
Yeah. Cody Whitey sent us an email, and he said, come on, KBJ. As I sit here in Kansas, it's 9-degree weather.
Ooh.
Just sitting here wishing for spring and summer, and you guys are crying about 40 degrees. Jbird can go and get the mail in 50-degree weather. Come on, you guys have it way too good. Next time you guys complain about 40 or 50-degree weather, please be considered the less fortunate who live in Kansas and have icicles hanging off their nipples the second they walk outside.
Yeah, but y'all got better ribs than us, so...
It's all relative.
It's all
You know,
relative.
whatever you're used to. If you're used to it being in the teens, then you deal. But if you're not used to ever getting 39 shocks you.
When I went to school up in northern Florida, I swear to you, it was in the teens a lot up there. Does it not get in the teens in northern Florida anymore? Is that a thing of the past?
I don't know about that cold, but I do know that it can get considerably colder in your Jacksonville and right up there. They can hit the freezing mark. And I know even Orlando, weird thing about Orlando that I've noticed in the 20 plus years that I've been in Florida is in the summertime, Orlando will actually be about 10 degrees hotter than us and about 10 degrees colder in the winter.
Probably because it's not by the ocean, right?
I think so. Has probably something to do with that. I think we get a little bit of breeze in the summer, which makes it a little bit cooler on the coast than it does there in Orlando, and just because they're further north. So they get the worst of it. And I noticed because when I used to live in Kansas City, I'd be like going, it was freezing cold in the winter, almost where CJ's from, so I get your Kansas weather. And then it would go, I remember my final year there, in 2 weeks, we had 2 weeks of decent weather, and then it went to like 98 degrees and 100% humidity. I swear it's hotter in Kansas City than it is in South Florida in the summer. Like, this isn't even fair. It's the worst weather ever.
Did you like it there?
It's a great town, amazing people. It is beautiful, but the climate is atrocious. It's terrible. Like, it is miserable right now. If you were watching the Chiefs win the AFC Championship on Sunday, it was freezing cold. It was like, I think it was 9 degrees. And they're sitting in an outdoor stadium.
Yeah, why don't these towns have a dome? I don't get it.
Yeah, some are starting to. The Minnesota Vikings got smart, and they got one. I don't even know anymore. We've got the tech. Why even mess around? Why would you build a new stadium that is an outdoor stadium? Yes.
Well, Panda told me in Buffalo, it's like they love it. Like their fans, like they consider it like
it's a pride thing, and they're like, we're tough. We're tougher than you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, screw that.
But anymore, if you don't have to be miserable, why would you make yourself miserable?
Won't more people come to the game and enjoy it more if they're not miserable?
I know I would.
Me too.
So just my thought. So it is a little bit warmer today as you head out. So Dial us up like so many people are doing, not just in South Florida, but you can watch on YouTube. Easy way to do it. I know it's what my family does every single day because you've got the smart TVs that are out there and the X1 DVR from Xfinity and Apple TV. Just dial it up. Go to YouTube and look for the KVJ show. And we're right there on Kvj TV.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, coming up in just a second, Jessica Simpson is dropping some bombs. She's got a new book coming out, and it's called Open Book. What is she talking about? All kinds of details. Definitely fascinating to me. I'll share some of the snippets with you in just a second. Before we get to that, Robert De Niro is claiming that his former assistant threatened to write a tell-all book exposing his secrets. He responded to her $12 million lawsuit accusing him of making her like rub his back and wake him up in bed. And he said basically that she was trying to get money out of him while she was lounging around, not doing her job. So they're both suing each other. This should be interesting to see how this plays out.
Okay, that's fun.
And other news, Eddie Murphy is talking about the worst advice he ever got from anybody. Is this career advice?
It's from Rodney Dangerfield, who gave him the advice.
Okay.
Years ago, I played the comic strip in Fort Lauderdale, and I was maybe 17, and Rodney Dangerfield comes in. So I was like, Mr. Dangerfield, after the show, will you watch my set? And he was like, yeah, sure, kid. Now, this is 1980, so it's like this kid on stage doing edgy racial stuff, and so afterwards, Dangerfield sees me, and he's like, hey, kid, I don't know where you're gonna go with that, with the language and the race stuff. I was crestfallen. Cut to 2-3 years later, and I was at Vegas in the bathroom. Rodney Dangerfield comes to the urinal right next to me, and I look over, and he looks at me and says, hey, who knew?
Hey, who knew?
Isn't that awesome?
Oh, he
Who
followed
knew?
his heart. And finally here, Jessica Simpson's new book, Open Book, is going to be out next month. And in it, she talks about all kinds of stuff. She reveals abuse as a child that she's never talked about before, substance abuse that she says nearly killed her. She talks details about her relationship with Nick Lachey, details about her relationship with John Mayer, and details about how Tommy Mottola came to her when she weighed 118 pounds and told her she had to lose 15 pounds. Wow, that's scary. So, look for that one coming out next month from Jessica Simpson. And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day, brought to you by Brew Bowl. It is happening, and it's not this Saturday, but next Saturday, February 1st at the Fit Team Ballpark of the Palm Beaches. Kevin's going to be out there.
Yes, I will.
Along with all kinds of beers and spirits and all kinds of craft cocktails. It's a whole fun day. Tickets start at just $50. So go grab your tickets for Brew Bowl, all a part of the celebration going on with the big game in town. You can grab them at WRMF.com.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jbird?
Squirrels, squirrels, squirrels. Ever since we started talking about squirrels,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, they have kicked it up a notch where I live at. I swear to you, there was a gang of 3 squirrels that were following me, and they were not scared. They're looking me up and down. My question to the people, am I the only one noticing how aggressive and brazen these squirrels have become, and what has kicked it up a notch? Is it because people are feeding them? Because I do have a few neighbors that I know they're putting little nuts around, and the squirrels are just loving it. But they're getting to the point where they are not sweating humans at all.
I know. You told us about that pelvic thrusting squirrel that's been calling you out basically in your courtyard.
And he demonstrated.
Yeah, I mean, not only are they aggressive, but they've got this weird pelvic thrust they do, which is very uncomfortable.
Well, they know how to intimidate you because obviously it rocked you.
Well, I remember being a kid.
Yeah, I think they've sized you up and they realize they can take you.
Yeah.
And now there's just no fear. It took a little while, like going, what do you think about that dude walking in and out? And then after a little bit of time, like going, oh, we got this guy.
This is just another reason why you got to move. Even the squirrels are just turning on you.
I
They know
remember,
they got you.
I remember as a kid that you go boo to a squirrel and then scamper off.
Not no more.
Now, I mean, I'm not kidding you. These things stand up on their hind legs and they start to flex their chest at you.
Yeah.
And they do
you
that-
say boo, now they're big, boo hoo, huh?
Yeah, they-
Well, you got a problem?
Boo you.
What you looking at? And they have a Brooklyn accent.
Yeah, I'm waiting for one of them to show up with a face tat. But am I the only one witnessing this? Like you say, are they just sizing me up and they go, this guy is weak? Are other people experiencing this squirrel takeover? Mm-hmm. Or is it just
I've had a few stories in the news the last week or so. That it depends upon what squirrel, where you are, and probably what they think of you.
Yeah, I think feeding them probably gets them a little aggressive, and they don't have any respect for us.
And they can smell your fear, too. I mean, it's obvious, you know, they do have an intimidation thing on their side. You're intimidated by them. They are not intimidated by you.
I'm trying to go through in my head when I have these moments, am I scared? Yeah, I think I am.
And they know it.
I think I am scared.
There's 3 of them.
Well, I don't
They
know.
can smell fear.
Well, they run and they jump and glide on the side by my window. So they're like my mom would say, they're acrobatic. They're legit
They can jump on your face.
gymnasts.
And they've got claws. And if one of them gets on your face, it's over.
Well, I've walked in between my fence before where, you know, the little doorway is at, and they run and they jump right in front of your face. They ain't sweating me.
It's almost like they're taunting you.
They are. They really are.
They know they got you.
Please let me know if you're going to the same thing. I want to know if it's me.
Virginia, what you got on your mind today?
Well, I told you this crazy story. So back on December 24th, I was driving home from Nashville, and my brakes went out on I-10. Yes, my brakes went out. I think I was on I-10. I don't remember where I was. Whatever that road is from Nashville south. It's not
Horrifying.
I-10. Anyway, when your brakes go out and you're going 70 miles an hour, it's horrifying. So we work with Jimmy from the Snack Pack, Altman Automotive.
Klepto.
Sorry. I don't mean to out anybody.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like when we call Suits Jeremy.
I forget that's his name.
I would never.
Denny's is Josh. Wait, what?
What?
Denny's does not look like a Josh.
What?
No. You are not allowed
What?
to be Josh.
Hell no.
So when I call Klepto, I'm like, Klepto, you got to order me this part. I stopped there in town and they told me exactly what it was, a vacuum brake pump. So he starts looking into it. Klepto's looking everywhere. This thing's on back order. He can't get it. He can't get it anywhere he calls. And literally, that's been the case since December 24th. He's been calling to every dealership. He said he got one sent to a local dealership, and they put it on somebody else's car because there was such a demand for it. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I start reading up on it. Turns out thousands of people are having this same issue with their car, and it's like the same make and model that I have. 3.5 million people are going to be affected by this faulty part.
Isn't that weird when you're looking something up on the internet and you see that there's all these people going through that unique situation?
Yeah, and all this time, Klepto is still calling, still trying to get the part. Everybody's telling him, sorry, bro, sorry, we can't help you. Nothing's going to be able to help you for weeks and weeks. It's on back order. So I decided to tweet Chevrolet because I have a Chevy Tahoe 2017. I tweeted him and I basically called him out and said, hey, I was driving 70 miles an hour when my brakes went out. Thank goodness nobody was killed. But even before my brakes went out, 113 people had accidents already from this one faulty part. So they knew there was a problem, but yet there hadn't been a recall yet. And so I took to Twitter, called him out for all that. People posted articles. Other people jumped in and said, yeah, here's what's going on. And now I heard back from Chevrolet, and I'm going to bring the car in sometime in the next week, and they're going to fix it for free. They are recalling the part.
Look at Aaron Brockovich over here,
Uh-huh.
huh? Making
Whoa.
changes.
So if you have a
Putting on the pressure.
GMC or if you have a Chevy, it's a bunch of models. It's like the Tahoe, the GMC, like a bunch of stuff manufactured between like 2014 and 2017. All of them have this problem, and they're eventually going to bust out. So you need to go and fix your part as well. Schedule it with the dealer, and I guess it's at no cost. That's what they told me. It's going to be no cost to fix the part.
Now I see why everyone's calling everybody out on Twitter.
Twitter works,
You
y'all.
get free stuff.
Yeah,
Take
it
it to
does.
Twitter and call out these companies because they don't want the bad publicity, because people started writing things on Twitter like, yeah, Chevy sucks. This is why I would never buy a Chevy. Like all these comments, and they don't want that.
No.
That's bad press. And so then they're going to do the right thing, which is recall the part.
It's a big part of what they do now is having somebody always watch social media that knows how to deal with these kind of complaints, and they are very prompt on it, and they answer the right way. And if you don't, then it's going to go viral, and it's going to be bad for your company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So don't forget, everybody out there, you've got Twitter on your side when it is just blatant misuse of power by these companies.
Oh, I cannot wait to call out my student loan company. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
What'd you find out yesterday?
We're going to get to that coming up.
Okay, I can't wait.
Yes. What I got on my mind here today, I have kind of been rearranging my wardrobe thing, and it's not by my own choice. My wife got some new furniture, and then all of a sudden she's decided, no, your clothes go here and they go there. And so, you know me, everything has got to be routine, organized. I liked everything, nice symmetry, and I know where everything is. So yesterday I kind of went through that organization process of making sure that everything was in the right place. In the process, I realized I've got a lot of like really old shirts that I just am like, so I went through a personal test. You ever done this where you look at a piece of clothing, for some reason you don't get rid of it, but you're just like, I don't want to wear that.
Yes, everybody goes through this.
Yeah.
They do. You know what you can do? You can take those old T-shirts. They have a company you can send it to, and they can make you a blanket out of them.
Or you could donate it to the homeless.
Yeah, I think that's probably the better play because I don't want to cover myself in these things.
They're gross.
They're just, they're old shirts. They just have, and they don't really have any sentimental meaning or anything.
I'm
It's
going
like, just
through the
get rid of
same
them.
thing, brother.
Yeah.
I have so many crappy to mediocre shirts. I never wear them, and they're collecting just space.
I did that last night. It is really freeing to go through. And if you don't have, to me, with everything you set your eyes on, you have an emotional reaction to it. It's either like, oh, yeah, positive, or it's like, eh. And
That's what that Marie Kondo says. If it doesn't give you joy, throw it away.
anything that I saw that I was like, oh, I'm thinking maybe one day. Like I had shirts, I got, there was a white party I went to like 5 years ago. And I have a shirt that I never wear. And I'm like, well, maybe another white party will come up. I've been to one white party in my life. Dude, you can go out and get another white shirt should another white party come up again. So I'm like, yeah, I'm getting rid of stuff like that. But as I kind of went through it, I started to realize I've got some really old shirts. Some of them I realized, because I looked at a photo that I had on my wall, was 22 years old. I'm like, I probably should get rid of that just out of principle. And then I started looking at some socks and underwear. I'm like going, I remember wearing that pair of socks in Kansas City. That was at least 22 years ago. And I was just kind of curious, how often do you buy socks and underwear? Is that something that a lot of people buy often, or would you find you owning a pair of underwear or socks that's older than 5 or 10 years old?
So I've got underwear, definitely, that's older, but I've got so many that I rotate them on a pretty, like, I'll wear one underwear and then not wear it again for 2 months.
So what would you say is the average age of your drawers?
I've got bras.
Yeah.
That are 20 years old.
Okay. All
They're
right.
like sports bras.
So that's
They're-
on the one end. But if you had like an average of the newest stuff you have to the oldest, what do you think would be the median age of your undergarments?
Oh, probably 10 years.
Okay. 'Cause I had mine at probably about 7. I'm like, that probably is way too old for undergarments, but I think that's the median age of my undergarments.
So my situation's weird because I buy underwear all the time. They end up going missing. I don't know what happens to them. I am always buying underwear in bulk, and then they just disappear.
I feel like I ruin underwear faster than bras. So I keep bras longer, and sometimes we just annihilate the underpants.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got some old underwear that I should throw away.
Well, just think about it. Just with time. Those underwear have been through and have seen so
Just think
much.
about how many farts.
I know, right? That's kind of like you have mileage on a car. Underwear should
The
have.
fartometer on those
The
things.
underwear should have a fartometer.
It should.
At 3,000 miles, you should get your oil changed, and you
At
should know.
200 farts.
Yes,
You should throw them drawers away.
How old are your underwear?
I've got, I swear to you, I've got some that I bought when I was like living in Mississippi, living in New
so
York.
that's-
I've got underwear I bought in New York.
So you've got
How many times a year would you say that you've worn them then, if you had to guess?
So I don't wear them a lot
How
because
many times a year would
my
you
butt
guess?
is considerably bigger now than it was when I lived in New York. But I hold on to them because I'm like, oh, they're so pretty. And one day my butt will be
How
that
many days
small.
a year would you say that you wear those pair of underwear?
Maybe 2 or 3.
Okay, but what you're
2
telling
or 3.
It's 20 years though of farts is what you're telling me. That's what they've gone through.
Some of them, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a stat.
Just doing some quick math here. If you say 2 to 3 and you've had them for about 20 years, if you look at that times the 365, the human averages 14 farts per day. That pair of underwear has 15,330 farts it's gone through.
Yeah, I should have thrown them away years ago.
I mean, that's way too many farts for one pair of drawers.
I have never been so impressed. That's amazing, Kevin.
That's an amazing stat.
Super math.
You can do that. If you know that the average human does 14 farts a day, figure out on average how many times a year you wear a pair of drawers, how often you have that pair of underwear, how many years. You can do the quick math and you can come up with your own fartometer.
You could do a TED Talk on fart math.
What?
I'm so excited.
He's so excited. And you got to count in, too, the times that I've been on quick weight loss. I think that fart number at least doubles.
No one likes a bragger, Virginia.
Okay, then you're 30,000.
Yeah, that number stuff. The one you came up with is low.
I mean, these farts aren't even covered under the manufacturer warranty anymore.
But when you really break it down like that, 20 years of farts, it does make that underwear seem horrible.
And it makes
Yeah.
you seem gross.
It does. It's just kind of a quick check. It's not like, okay, and somebody's like, you can afford yeah, I can afford underwear. You're right. I can afford socks. It's just something that I think if you don't have it top of mind, you just out of sight, out of mind, and you don't think about it until you do that purging of the clothes and you start saying, oh my gosh, I have had that for how many years now? And then it hits you that like, I should have thrown that away a decade ago. And I still got it because this pair of underwear has 15,330 farts in it.
I know for a fact I got drawers that I bought when I still lived in Louisiana.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you really are kind of puffing your chest out right now. You are bragging.
This is crazy. I got to go do an inventory tonight, Kevin. You making me think.
Okay.
You're making me think.
Austin did make note. He's like, Kev, when you did that clothing purge yesterday, hopefully you got rid of that awful shirt you wore last week.
Did you? Did that make the
No,
cut?
I didn't get rid of it. But I did resign myself that I'm not going to wear it. It came with like a suit that I got from Express. And I think it should not be a showcase. It should be an understated, like, accentuation piece. So if I ever
So you
wear
want
it
a
again, it'll be
jacket
that.
on top of it?
Yes, I think that probably would be a better move.
Panda loved it, but he loves
Yeah.
to peacock a little bit too.
Peacockers did seem to be like, there's nothing wrong with that shirt. So, but I know for a guy like me, it should be worn under a jacket.
You're an understated
I'm an
dude.
understated guy.
You don't want your
Yeah.
shirt to scream at people.
Too bold for me, Virginia. Too bold. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, there is a product mascot that ranks number 9 on the ranker list of the best product mascots of all time that their company is killing off. Is it a good idea, a bad idea? Who is it? We'll let you know next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
They do this every year. They start to leak out information about some of these Super Bowl commercials that are going to be coming up. So you get a little bit of an idea of the ones that they're going to be doing. Like I saw even Hard Rock, because they're playing in Hard Rock Stadium. They're going to be doing a commercial that you're going to see during the Super Bowl on that Sunday. And they got Michael Bay to direct it. He's done Armageddon, the Transformers, and he did the Bad Boys series, or at least the first 2 movies of it. So, he's got that flashy look. He knows how to film something and frame it so it looks like Miami. But I think it's going to be kind of a Hard Rock as a whole. It's going to be selling their 31 hotels, their 12 casinos, the 251 Hard Rock cafes that they have. But they're going to have a bunch of celebrities in it and such. So that's one of the commercials you're going to see. And it'll probably be out before the Super Bowl happens. Another one that I saw leaked has to do with the death of one of the greatest product mascots of all time. In fact, I looked at the ranker list of the best product mascots, and he ranks at number 9 on the list.
I took this one hard because as a 7-year-old, I dressed up as this person or this creature.
Yes.
But it is outdated. I mean,
Why? Why is he?
he's
Why?
wearing a monocle.
So what? That's what makes him cool. He's not outdated. It's a mascot. That's like saying Tony the Tiger's outdated.
I think if they wanted to get rid of him, this is genius of a way to do it.
Yeah, and to be honest, I haven't seen a lot of him. When I was a kid, I would see him a little bit in commercials, but it has been a while since I have seen Mr. Peanut really doing much of anything. And even when he was on commercials, he didn't do much of anything.
Damn, I'm not going to allow you to talk bad about Mr.
He's
Peanut like
kind
this.
of a lazy nut.
What did he do?
He was so cool, man, with the hat. I just love the look. Guys, it's
The look?
It's talking food.
I mean, Tony the Tiger had "They're great." He had a slogan, a tagline. The Pillsbury Doughboy had a, I mean, things that you're like, oh, I love when he does that. What does Mr. Peanut do, Virginia?
Just kind of hangs out with that monocle.
See, I think that this is a hidden agenda. They're trying to outdate the push him out because all the peanut allergic reactions. That they don't want to glorify Mr. Peanut anymore. That's some theory on the internet.
Because a lot of elementary school students can't come around him without
Well, it's just
going into
why-
anaphylactic shock.
You're promoting that peanut agenda. Some people look at peanuts as,
So then it would be someone outside of Mr. Peanut doing it.
are they getting pressure is what I'm saying.
That actually would be kind of an interesting angle because what they're doing here in this Super Bowl ad, they're killing off Mr. Peanut. It's going to be in kind of a car accident kind of thing. But it would be interesting. Instead of doing that, they should have had where he's allergic to elementary school students. And an elementary school student comes up and Mr. Peanut actually goes into anaphylactic shock and dies.
Genius.
That would have been the way to kill off Mr. Peanut.
I love it.
Yeah, that would have been great. That really kind of frames what's going on today.
It might be too late. I think they've shot the commercial already.
They did, but you know what? That's why they should have had me in the. I'll be like, guys, come on.
And I don't know if that's a real thing, but some people on the internet are starting to drum that up a bit.
Think that's why they killed him is
Yeah.
because of the peanut allergies today.
Rocco can't have peanut butter at his school.
I know. In fact, a lot of schools can't. They consider it almost like a weapon. That's why I was wondering.
Stand back. I've got a peanut gun and I'm not afraid to use it.
Do you know they sell peanut powder now? It's like right next to the
So what? You can
almond
snort
butter.
your peanuts?
Yeah. It looks like
You know you got a peanut problem when you got to snort it.
it looks like peanut cocaine.
Can you
Wow,
make
really?
peanut milk? Can you make?
You could totally put the peanut powder in anything and make whatever.
Yeah, but how do they milk an almond? Because the last time I checked, almonds don't have nipples.
They ground it up.
But can you do that with peanuts? Grind
Yeah,
it
I
up
think
and get
you
a milk?
can, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Really?
any nut can make milk.
All right.
So they have it to where they're saying Mr. Peanut's dead, but they're kind of making almost like a sequel. So are they going to bring him back?
You can always bring him back because in the way that they killed him too, and this is why they, wouldn't go with my idea and have him be allergic to an elementary school student.
Which is brilliant.
I think it'd be a lot more fun.
And parents would be like, damn, yeah, that's real right, there. We are in it.
Yes. They've got Mr. Peanut. He is in the Nutmobile, and he is actually with a comedic actor that was on Veep. A guy that I've seen in a lot of different, he's always kind of that character actor in a lot of comedy stuff. I believe he was also in Groundhog. No, he wasn't the one in Groundhog Day. I get him confused with another one. But they're in the Nutmobile. Mr. Peanut swerves to dodge an armadillo. The Nutmobile goes off a cliff. he and these two other guys, they hold onto a branch, but then you realize the branch ain't going to hold all three of them. And they're like, no, Mr. Peanut, don't do it. And you can see he's going to sacrifice himself.
It's Wesley Snipes in it.
Yeah.
Is that Wesley
Yeah,
Snipes?
it's Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
One of the guys is Wesley Snipes. I don't know the other guy.
The other guy, if you know Veep or you've seen some of those shows, you'd recognize him.
Does he have the red hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt
Okay.
Walsh?
Yeah, he's funny. He's a funny character actor.
Yeah, character actor, but yeah, that's all you'd know him for. And then Mr. Peanut falls off the branch into the valley below, and he lands on the Nutmobile that's down in the valley. And like, oh, maybe he'll be okay. And then kaboom, and the Nutmobile blows up. Like, oh, maybe not.
I watched that. I'm like, they killed him off in such a violent way.
Yeah, they did.
Roasted nut.
Phil, I heard that joke so much today.
That's what they did.
All the new stations were saying the same joke. Oh, roasted nuts. He's peanut butter now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you're aging all of the best product mascots. It'd be hard to beat Mr. Peanut. He is 104 years old. He debuted in 1916.
Wow.
During World War I.
When monocles were big.
Yeah.
That's old school nuts.
That is old school nut. Yeah, I'd like to try to see, as far as it comes to product mascots, who is the oldest. I did look to see whose favorites people are.
I can tell you who's the worst one out there. That Snuggle Bear for that.
He's new.
He's newer. He's been around since the 80s.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, like your Toucan Sams and stuff like that. I feel like they're older.
They're a little older, but I mean, look, 80s
Yeah.
is kind of a long time ago. It's like 40 years ago, dude.
Snuggle Bear seems very comforting, and I like the Snuggle
Oh,
Bear.
You like
yeah,
that one.
Stan
Oh,
Snuggle Bear.
I love Snuggle Bear.
Who is your all-time favorite? Do you have an all-time favorite? And, Jbird, is yours really Mr. Peanut? Is your all-time favorite product mascot?
No, but I did really love Mr. Peanut as a kid, and I went for him as Halloween. I would say one of my favorites. I loved me some Grimace from McDonald's. He was always one of my favorites. But
Okay.
would that count as a
Yeah, it
member?
would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grimace was awesome. Pillsbury Doughboy.
Pillsbury Doughboy is number 1 on the ranker list.
Okay. Michelin Man.
Michelin Man didn't cut it.
I know-
Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger's number 2 on ranker.
What a,
Sugar Smack Guy.
Diggum?
Yeah.
Diggum did not make the top 20. 5.
Keebler Elves.
Keebler Elves, yes. In fact, they only just kind of point out Ernie Keebler. He's number 18.
I'm going to say something controversial.
Yeah.
Keebler Elf cookies, they ain't that good. They're not. They're not. I'm sorry. The Keebler Elf brand, the whole line,
I like the sandwich cookie with the fudge in the middle.
it just, they don't impress me.
Somebody said, I hope they kill off the Geico Gecko.
Aw.
They don't like that one. He's number 6 on the best product mascot list.
He's good.
I like him.
Yeah, I thought he's pretty good too.
He's
yeah.
sassy.
Somebody texted to us. The top 5 best product mascots: Pillsbury Doughboy 1, Tony the Tiger 2, Energizer Bunny at 3.
No, get out of here with that.
I don't like that bunny.
Mr. Clean they have at 4, and the Kool-Aid Man at 5.
Oh, Kool-Aid Man.
Kool-Aid Man,
Oh, I might have
yes.
to bump Grimace for Kool-Aid. I love the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah.
They can both be on your list.
Gosh, I
Yeah,
love
you can. It's
Kool-Aid.
ranking them out. In fact, you can come up with your own top 5 list. I've got what Ranker is doing right now, where people can go to the website and click up down on them. Colonel Sanders is all the way down at number 10. Thought maybe, especially as much as they're pushing the Colonel, do people even like that campaign that's going on, or you just
It's kind of funny. I like when they put George Hamilton and they make jokes about him being crispy and tan, but that's about it. Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Chester Cheetah is number 11.
He kind of creeps me out a little bit. Something's up with him.
He's extra.
Okay.
He's got secrets, and I think they're illegal secrets.
And I think the name Chester has gone through a lot.
maybe that's what it is.
Now when I hear Chester, I don't think delicious cheesy snacks.
He seems like he
Yeah.
gives blow to kids.
He's. Do not trust him around anybody.
He's not up to
yeah.
legit.
He's all sketchy.
He's tweaky.
Yeah. Toucan Sam is down at 14 on the list. Trix Rabbit is at 16. Ronald McDonald all the way down to number 17.
I think because people are creeped out by clowns. That's why he wouldn't be in my top 5. I'm a Grimace man.
Maybe. They've got Captain Crunch at number 19 on the best product mascot list.
He actually should be a little bit higher on that list.
Yeah.
He's a great mascot. Got a good voice.
There are a couple that I really like, but maybe because they're newer, they're not in the top 20. The most interesting man in the world, the Dos Equis guy.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Mayhem. You know the guy
Yes.
that does the,
Is it Allstate or State
Progressive?
Farm? No, it's not Progressive. It's State Farm.
I don't even know. I have no idea what he sells.
Isn't it Flo?
State Farm.
Flo.
No, I don't think it's State Farm. State Farm is J.K. Simmons. Is it? No, is he Farmers?
Damn it.
Oh my gosh.
I can't see, all these products, but I can't. If we did a quiz right now, I'd be like, I don't know. Who is the person who does it? I know we are farmers. Dum, 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 dum. Yeah.
The Limu Emu is rocking my world
that
right
one's coming
now.
up. That's a newer one.
I like the Limu Emu.
And the Aflac Duck.
Yep.
Insurance again, right? Yeah.
There is that weird looking bull, or it's a cat, it's a red cow. It's a talking red cow. Someone will know what I'm talking about. Horrifying. It's
What
new.
does he push?
It's new. I want to say milk because it feels right.
Talking red cow.
It's a talking red cow.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh, he's everywhere. Come on,
He is?
bird.
Everywhere, like where?
Chat room, help me out.
Because I haven't seen him.
All right, I gotta get you guys this information.
Where
Were you
is he that I'm
smoking
missing
pot
him?
when you
I
saw
was-
the red cow?
Yeah.
Stop saying that.
Dennys, did you see that red cow?
Dude, the red cow. It's so big.
What
Yeah.
is it?
It's
you
everywhere.
Denny's texted me. It is. It's the red cow, but he didn't tell me what product it's for.
You
Thanks.
guys are so helpful.
What's the product, Denny?
Yeah, somebody said it's Allstate for the Mayhem commercial.
Allstate is mayhem. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, that sounds right.
J.K. Simmons is Farmers. Get all that
Farmers.
straight. Thank you. Okay.
And State Farm is.
Just said that. That is.
No, Allstate is different from State Farm.
Yeah, State Farm is J.K. Simmons, right?
Oh my gosh, my head hurts so bad. I still got this red cow in my brain.
Yeah, somebody said the red cow is baby beef cow. It is cheese.
It is the creepiest cow, Virginia. You gotta see. It's
Oh.
all like animated looking. It's walking weird. It's walking on its two legs.
The Baby Bell cheese, that little round red cheese.
I don't know. You're asking so many questions you just don't know.
Also, okay, yeah. Why is every insurance?
That's state in it.
They shouldn't be allowed to all have state in their name. State Farm, Allstate. No, one of y'all got to change.
Yeah. I don't know who the pitch person is for that. So.
Aaron Rodgers is State Farm. That's what somebody just
Oh, that's
texted
right.
me.
They do the some of those ads I don't really get. It's where he has the agent, his agent versus State Farm agent.
The sports agent versus the insurance agent. I love those.
I like some of them, but there's one that they have where he meets the Chiefs quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, that I don't get. Some of those I'm like, I don't know. I've kind of fallen flat on a few of them.
Are you,
Well,
guys,
when he says Mahomes, I'm like, what?
are you guys yay or nay with Flo from Progressive? Do you like her act?
I'm over it.
I'm kind of
I'm
over
starting to age out of that one.
I liked it at first, but I mean, old girl's been doing it for like
She has.
a long
Is
time.
she a millionaire from that gig?
No. She probably has made $1 million, but I mean, she's had regular expenses. Yeah, she's not living on the beach in Malibu.
Okay.
But she's doing okay. She's all right. It's a pretty solid gig for a pitch
Oh,
person.
yeah.
Everyone knows who Flo is.
Everybody.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Any thoughts you want to add into this? 877-979-WRMF. Call or text 877-979-9763 here at the KVJ Show.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Jbird was asking how much Flo from those commercials on TV, how much she makes.
It's a good question.
Yeah, it is a pretty solid question. I'm starting to realize, though, that I cannot associate the Mascots with all the different insurance agencies that are out there. It's horribly confusing when you're talking about Mayhem, Jake from State Farm. He's the only one I get because it's in his name, Jake from State Farm.
So my girlfriend, Jennifer, broke it down. Aaron Rodgers is State Farm. J.K. Simmons is Farmers. Mayhem is Allstate.
Okay. And then Flo is Progressive.
Flo is Progressive.
And then Aflac Duck is
Aflac.
and then Geico is Geico Insurance. But they're all insurance.
So it shows you who's doing a good job and who's not. The fact that we can't remember which one is State Farm and Allstate, they both have state in their
Yeah.
name, and that makes it tricky for the consumer.
And what is the emu?
The Limu Emu is Liberty Mutual.
And is that insurance too?
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Okay, so these are all insurance companies. And
Yeah.
so if you're an insurance company, you have to have a mascot. Is there a book on that where it's like, oh, well, your insurance, you have to have a mascot? Of course everybody knows
I
that.
guess look, it's working.
Yeah.
For a lot of them.
Stephanie Courtney is the real name of the actress that plays Flo from Progressive. It says, and there's a couple different sources here that people have said. One person said her net worth as of 2019 in a Google search, $1 million. Flo's salary is estimated to be $500,000, while her net worth is reportedly $1 million. That's one source. Another source somebody texted to us is that she earns $1 million a year playing Flo, and that her net worth is $6 million.
She did a run on Mad Men. She was an actress on Mad Men.
Okay, so yeah, she is a comedy actress. So that's how she got the gig, and I think she makes probably a bulk of her money from, doing that. It's not bad scratch. I'd do that.
No, yeah.
Why not? Somebody said a couple of mascots that you left off of the list that you went through. Little Sweet from Dr. Pepper. He was not in the top 20. And the Nestle Quick Bunny. Those are two that did not get mentioned.
I gotta tell you, they're not doing enough to get known.
Okay, if we're talking bunnies, though, the Nestle Bunny does way more work than the Energizer Bunny.
I like him better, yeah.
Can I get an amen?
I won't give you a name. I agree with you, but I don't think that the Energizer Bunny does a lot of work.
He's a robot.
He's always moving.
He's always moving.
Zero personality.
It's not a lot. And they have the Energizer Bunny at number 3 on the Ranker list of the best product mascots.
And that's insulting.
Yeah. Go change it. Go to Ranker.
Can I get an amen for Herb from Burger King? Remember that? Where's Herb? You guys remember that?
No.
Man, I hate when I lose the room that bad. I hate it.
And you're good at it, though. Real good.
At least you're consistent.
Dirt of the day. It's the KVJ.
I don't know
Dirt
her.
of the day. Virginia. Take it away, because you know we need that dirt of the day.
You know who's not in the dirt? Herb.
Herb.
I'm going to send you guys an article.
You should, because I need a refresher. Coming up in just a second, I'll tell you about the Rod Stewart case. What's going on? Him and his son, they were in court for attacking that security guard at the Breakers. Oh, to have been at the Breakers when that was going on. How fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you in a second what they said in court coming up. Before we get into that, how adorable is Camila Cabello? She is talking about how if she and Shawn Mendes win the award for Best Pop Duo or Group Performance like they're up for Senorita, they will come out and accept their award in their underwear like 21 Pilots did. That's adorable.
Okay.
She's so cute.
Someone did a big old hit piece on her. They were digging up some old tweets and saying how her album's doing terrible. I think it was Yahoo News that.
Aw.
I mean, it was a big old negative story about her.
Really?
Yeah, I read it a couple days ago.
Okay.
Well, Taylor Swift has a new documentary coming out. Are we excited? It's lukewarm in this room.
Yeah.
Here's a little clip for you, though, if you're a Swiftie.
Okay.
Throughout my whole career, label executives would just say, a nice girl doesn't force their opinions on people. A nice girl smiles and waves and says thank you. I became the person everyone wanted me to be.
I think that Taylor Swift, she is annoying.
All of her model friends. She's going through guys like a train. She's too skinny.
Nobody physically saw me for a year. And that was what I thought they wanted. I had to deconstruct an entire belief system, toss it out, and reject it.
So dramatic.
So dramatic. I mean, it was a minute plus long. I had to edit that thing down.
It is. All right.
Oh, this kind of makes me sad.
Kevin's legit annoyed right now.
I just.
That's enough.
What about that clip annoyed you?
Everything.
That she's always the victim. And
I
it's all-
don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't even really put a finger on it. It's just whenever she talks, I don't want to hear her. That's all I know. I don't know why. I just don't. She's very talented.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I love her songs. They're great. I just don't talk.
Jeopardy producers have asked Alex Trebek to weigh in on who should fill his shoes after he's no longer hosting Jeopardy. And I kind of like what is going on here. So they're talking about possibly bringing in some of the guys like Ken Jennings or that James Holzhauer, the guys that were competing in the Tournament of Champions, the best players to ever play the game. I think that's kind of cool. They also named possibly Gayle King or Ann Curry. So stick around. We will find out, I guess, whenever Alex Trebek can no longer do the show. For now, he's going to be there, and he says he will be there until his skills diminish.
That's a tough gig to walk into, but your boy Drew Carey did do it.
He did.
Bob Barker, I mean, you could argue was the greatest.
You're right. Ken Jennings or James Holzhauer, I think, could totally pull it off because they already have the knowledge.
And
those guys are already good with the knowledge. Are they good with the hosting?
Ken Jennings is beloved, though, by that audience, too.
He's funny.
He's got history there.
Yeah, I kind of like Ken. Or Ann Curry. I like Ann Curry, too.
I don't see that one working.
Well, all right. I'll sit down.
Yeah.
And finally here, Rod Stewart and his son were in court and pled not guilty after being charged for attacking that security guard at the Breakers.
Okay.
Apparently, they were trying to get into a private party around 11 p.m. on New Year's Eve when they were stopped, and they didn't like it. Do you know who we are?
Yes, I'm Rod Stewart.
They were charged with simple battery, and they entered a plea of not guilty, so we will keep you posted.
Uh-huh.
And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day, brought to you by Brew Bowl. It is going to be not this Saturday, but next Saturday at the Fit Team Ballpark of the Palm Beaches. What are you doing?
Well, you're stuttering. I'm over here. It's Denny's
Seamless.
This is who you decided to team up with, Kev.
Radio excellence on full display.
If you want to get tickets to go hang out with Kevin drunk, I mean, yeah, I know it sounds like we're drunk now, but I swear we're not. He's going to be out there at the Fit Team Ballpark of the Palm Beaches next Saturday, February 1st. Tickets start at just $50 for all the beer you can sample.
Yeah.
Go buy them today at WRMF.com.
All right, our birthdays today. Happy birthday to somebody that I know we grew up with, Tiffany Thiessen.
Yeah.
She's turning 46 today. Happy birthday to her.
What was her name, Virginia, on Saved by the Bell?
Is that Kelly?
Very good.
Wow.
Kelly
Kapowski.
Kapowski.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was something with a...
Yeah. Uh-huh. A really bad trend been going on in hip-hop, and we know all too well here in South Florida of young hip-hop stars that have died at a way too early age. XXX Tentacion, who died in Broward County, would have been 22 years old today.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and they just came out of the official report on Juice WRLD, who died on December 8th. And just as we had
heard,
yes, it was the drug overdose that we're talking about, oxycodone and codeine toxicity.
Well, he just thought he could eat all the drugs he had on him and he wouldn't get busted. And he just started seizuring.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it is a bad trend going on in music right now. Way too many young stars dying.
Right now? That's kind of always been a trend in music.
Yeah, but it's really escalated quickly. I know you had a gap there. I think it was in the late 60s, early 70s that you had a lot of celebrities that were dying, and it just seems like we're in a pocket of that happening right now, especially. Got to say happy birthday to Angel, turning 15. It says, we are beyond proud of the young man you're becoming. Love always, Nico, Mama, Leanna, Layla, and Bella in the photo right there on Kvj Tv.
Aww.
Also, a happy birthday, Ariana, from your forever roomie, Stephanie. We've got a happy birthday from Carol to Carol.
Oh, Carol.
Yeah.
I love it. Nobody's going to love you like you, Carol.
Happy 10th birthday to Sean from Mommy, Daddy, Lexi, and Rooney. Also, David, happy 26th birthday from Kiriana and our kitties, Lulu and Nunu. We love you a million. Also, happy birthday to Enid Earhart, turning 10 from Mama, Dad, Tracy, Lily, Riley, and Tripp. Also, Nicholas and Connor having a 14th birthday from Mom and LJ. Also, my little brother, Speed, having a happy birthday from Dad, Mom, Enzo, Tiffany, Ava, Sophia, and Bear. Got a birthday you want on the KVJ show? All you got to do is just let us know. mail@kvjshow.com. Okay, finally, we got some good news here today. Yesterday, Jbird was talking about the struggles that he was having, he and Dennys, as they're trying to find a new place want to get houses. They want to get, wow, look, they're growing up here, huh? Moving on up. But apparently there's some struggles with that, and Jbird couldn't get to the point of really getting serious about finding a house because the IRS is like, this dude doesn't exist, and you have no credit. Like, no credit.
Well,
like, not even it's bad. It's just like there was no record of anything that was going on with your credit.
Well, you're talking about two different things right now. So
Okay.
the IRS...
You're very confusing to me.
People keep on thinking I don't pay my taxes. Stop emailing me that. No, the IRS owes me money. I didn't do anything wrong. All I did was wait a couple years to do the last three. I did them all at one time for the last 3 years. And people do that all the time. They just, for some reason, have no idea who I am all of a sudden. They sent me a check. It's on them. Now, when I go to call the IRS, they almost kind of like ghost me, sort of. Kind of like they don't want to pay me my monay.
Okay, well,
But-
I can see it. Boy, when you owe them money, they definitely
are
find you.
up your you-know-what.
I know.
And they chased me seriously like I was a criminal. I'm like, guys, my tax guy missed one box. He didn't check one box. And you guys are running me down in the street like I'm a murderer.
Yeah, people keep on hearing me do the tax commercial. Like, you're giving out tax advice. You owe the IRS money. I don't owe them money.
They owe you.
Yes. So with the whole thing with the student loan, I've been paying the student loan out of my checking. I see it every single month. So I knew I had a line of credit going. I knew everything was fine. So getting a house was the beginning process should not be hard. But when I called my bank, they're like, yeah, you paid that off in 2017. We don't know why all this money's coming out of your account. Well, my bank did some investigating, and they called the place. It was a big mistake from the student loan place. What they did was they were taking out my money and realizing that they owed me money. They go, oh, he already paid it off. So they would send me a check every month to my old house in Palm Beach Gardens. And then they didn't know where I lived at, who lived in my old house. They took a pile of checks and sent them back to my student loan. So they have this big pile of checks they owe me. And I go, why do you keep taking money out of my account? Why do you have to write
Why
me?
don't they stop the
Yes.
automatic withdrawal on your account every month?
And she goes, well, let me come back in 2 minutes. She gets out back on the phone, couldn't tell me why, and said, we're sending you all your checks now. We fixed the problem. So it was just a glitch. A glitch.
So now you're getting all that money back?
They're giving. They're sending from 2017 on. They're sending it back to me now.
Wow. Okay, you're buying drinks this weekend.
Well, it's a good PSA if you are a person like me that's not very good at adult details and all that kind of stuff. It's easy to
have a recurring charge.
Yes,
that you're not on top of.
I thought that, I'm like, all right, maybe just I owe more money to the student loan. That seems like something I would do. It was paid off since 2017.
Dang.
Yeah, so now I'm kind of cozy.
Okay.
I got money coming. Oh, we're going to partay.
Oh, that's great.
No, you need to save it for a down posit.
I hear you. Yeah, I just want to celebrate. It's nice to win one, baby.
Yeah, have a little,
Spend a little on shots.
I was
have a night of fun.
I was a little down yesterday. I feel great today, baby.
Gosh, this is good.
Yeah.
That
Remember
is
this
good.
day.
Yeah, so got to celebrate the wins, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you got a lot of losses.
Still, I won. It's still confusing. I don't understand what happened, but it's over.
I don't understand how they can still keep taking from you when they're issuing you checks at the same time.
They don't,
that just says they're a bunch of clowns.
They don't notice an issue. Oh, this guy paid off in 2017. We're taking money out, but keep cutting him a check.
You guys are awful.
And then the check keeps coming back to you.
And you guys don't notice? You can't cross-reference. It's two different departments that don't talk to each other. What are they, radio?
The woman goes, she goes, I have a pile of all of these return checks from your old address. I go, what?
What? A pile. Ay, ay, ay.
All right, well, let's see if Jbird can make this 2 wins in a row. Time for a quick round of Think Fast here.
Ooh, okay.
Feeling good.
You feeling good?
Feeling real good.
Think you can win this today?
I do.
You do? Okay. What I got here is you got to get your mind going. I'm going to throw a topic at you, and you have got to be able to respond. If you can say something that makes sense before anybody else, Suits and myself will judge whether or not it is a good enough answer to get credit.
Okay.
We'll also try to judge exactly who got in their answer first. All right, so think fast. All right, we got the very fast Dennys in here.
Oh, yeah, they call me Walk Fast. You hear that?
Yeah. He started walking 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, you guys are eating the bit.
Oh, I think he's warming up for joke jury.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he's got that on the way. It's a big hour for him. It's a big hour for Denny's. Get ready. Okay. Here we go.
What?
Your face is covered up.
Well, don't you like it that way? Why are you mad?
Typically.
Why don't you cover
Suits
yours?
is having a fit in there. He can't see you on Kvj TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. First up, think fast. All right, tell me something that smells bad that starts with the letter T.
Trash.
Denny's, I believe, is in first. We're going to give Denny's the point on that. Yeah.
Take a peek.
Yeah.
Can't say anything.
Not a word, Jbird. You know how this works.
Bird, wake up.
Yeah. Okay. Denny's.
Well, I mean,
Out to a lead.
You
What?
said I wasn't on camera, so now I'm on camera.
Yeah. You can jump right in there, Jbird, and get right next to her. Virginia's scooched over to Jbird's mic position. And Jbird doesn't seem to like it. What's wrong? You don't want to be close to her?
You're the one that told me that I had to scooch.
I'm in
Yeah.
a positive mood. I love it, Kev.
You love being that close to Virginia?
Just tickle
You're
pink.
backed off the mic a long ways.
Just tickle pink, Kev.
Okay. All right, next up, what do you think about this? Name something you get someone for their birthday that starts with the letter C.
Cake!
Oh, cake.
Jbird, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't take cake away from
No.
him.
No, it's his.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we got a tie. Jbird, Denny's at one apiece. Think fast. It's skinny and yellow and starts with the letter P.
Banana!
Pencil.
Virginia.
Jeez. I didn't even hear the end of that.
Yes. Was Jbird screaming, throwing you off a bit?
Always does.
I'll tone it down.
Oh, no, you won't.
It's fine.
All right, think fast. It's something Canadians love that starts with the letter H.
Hachi!
You got it right, Jbird.
Wow.
Very
Very fast. Jbird is up 2-1 over Virginia and Denny's.
Dang, look
Coming
at
out
this.
of nowhere.
He never starts strong.
And he doesn't finish much better.
Okay, Ross. Come on, dude.
Sorry. All right, think fast. You see them at Halloween and in heavy metal, and it starts with the letter S.
Mask!
Satan?
Oh, yeah.
We'll go with that, yes. Satan or skull is the correct answer.
Oh.
Satan or skull is what we're looking for there, Virginia, but we will give you Satan.
I love
Yes.
I love Satan.
Satan.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to verbalize that, but yeah. It's just the game, I guess. Okay, we got a tie here. And I got to tell you, Denny's, if you do not get this, you are eliminated.
Hanging on by a thread.
Okay, think fast here. It's sticky and starts with the letter T.
Taffy.
Oh, my gosh.
Virginia, yes, that is
Yeah, it's
correct.
Virginia.
Virginia's got it, and with that, you get the win, Virginia.
No!
Congratulations, our Think Fast champ. Yes.
No congratulatory hugs? Oh, come on.
A hug from you is a trap.
Mama wants a cuddle.
Okay. I don't.
Mama.
Mama.
Okay.
I don't like you talking about cuddling with me.
That's why I do it. And look at you. Your skin is crawling.
I don't know about you, but I am very excited because I believe it is time for producer Denny's joke jury.
He's been bragging all morning about his jokes.
He has again. Well, you know, when you craft as many amazing jokes as he does, you got to brag about it, right?
Absolutely.
When you do something that good. He had a great round last week. One of his better rounds. I think he hit on about 3-4 of those jokes, Denny's. It was pretty impressive.
Well, thank you.
Kevin's a tough judge. I
He
thought you
is.
nailed all 5.
Yeah.
I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan of you.
Okay. Well, what we got here for the joke jury, it's Denny's job over here to make us laugh. And we'll know. Either we crack up smiling, laughing, whatever it is. If we do, we're eliminated from the jury. He wants to get everybody laughing here, so that is his goal, to make 3 people laugh. If he doesn't, we will make him cry.
We should start bringing eggs and dirty vegetables.
Dirty vegetable.
Or how do you rotten vegetables, I guess.
Or veggies.
You can tell I do a lot of work with vegetables.
Yeah, this is a man who knows nothing about vegetables.
Let's bring those green and orange things.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got here with joke number 1?
Why did the guacamole get in a fight with the sour cream?
I don't know. Why did the guacamole get in a fight with the sour cream?
He had a chip on his shoulder.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Come on, food joke.
That was good. That was good.
Hello.
That is. Someone's in the zone.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Second joke for you guys. What happened to the surveillance footage from the arts and crafts room?
I don't know what happened to the surveillance footage.
Someone taped over it.
Oh. Get it? Okay.
With tape?
I want to like it so hard.
Let's see about this
Can't win
one.
on everyone.
Can't win on all.
Can't win on
Such as
everyone.
arts and crafts jokes don't hit.
Arts and crafts jokes.
You're right. There's not a lot of comedians going after it.
You're right. I can see why. Third joke for you guys. What did Lorde say was a shame about Harry and Meghan's kids?
I don't know. What did she say?
They'll never be royals.
It's so bad it's good.
Oh, Kevin hates it.
Oh, yeah. I see him.
All right. Next.
It's a joke. All right, let's see here. Fourth joke for you guys. What do trains do when they have gum?
What do trains do when they have gum? I don't know. What do they do?
Choo choo.
That's cute. Kids will love
That's a great kids joke.
Kids will love that one. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
well-
a winner.
Well, this one is definitely not for the kids here.
I love how we put these two together.
Actually, I thought of this one this morning just because trying to be topical.
Uh-huh.
Why didn't Mrs. Peanut ever go down on Mr. Peanut?
Oh my gosh, Denny.
Good heavens. I don't know. Why?
Because she had a nut allergy. Trying to be topical.
Hey now.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show. That sucks. That sucks. It stinks. You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Kevin, you are like Rapunzel, except instead of letting down your hair, you let down everybody in your life, especially us in the audience and your family.
Oh, geez.
You hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Tell that big-nosed woman to shut her Botox-ridden up mouth. Virginia, you're not funny or attractive. You're just a snobby, dried-up, old-looking dinosaur.
You hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Jason sells his body for bricks so he can build his dog Chewy a whorehouse. That's right. I'm calling your obese dog a fat hoe.
Whoa!
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Who is playing hide and seek with Denny's chin? If I had a chin like that, I'd hate my parents. He must have smoked that thing right off his face because Denny's has a bitch-ass chin.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show. That sucks.
Haters gonna hate.
We're gonna hate.
What are you gonna do?
I think your chin looks great.
Got great chin, kid.
I also too.
Chin up.
Yeah. Oh.
Chinning.
Coming up, we got a round of Who is Legit, and we need someone who can act their way into making us believe that they are a biology professor. Now, you can't be a biology professor, but you got to be able to fake like you are, because we've got a legitimate biology professor that's coming on with us, and we need somebody who could fool us into thinking that they are.
Oh, I got some stuff that I know for. I'll be able to sniff out the fake one easy.
Oh, you know biology, huh?
No, but I got a couple questions that
You do?
that'll trip them up.
Is it about
Don't-
amoebas and protistas? I know, yeah.
It's the same stuff you've been spitting for how many years?
He's like, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
Everybody's heard it.
I want to catch them off guard. If they don't know about it, the biology person will definitely know about it.
They will.
All right, well, we'll see.
Okay, I just ruined it.
No, you did it.
If you don't know, now,
Now
you know.
If you don't know, now you know. Sucker. All right, who is legit? That is the question that we have here on the KVJ show. We've got a biology professor. And the question is, the other person we have is not. Can we tell the difference between somebody that is a legit biology professor and somebody that is a complete fraud? That is the question here today. Jbird, he thinks he knows some stuff about biology.
Ay, ay, ay. He's a fraud.
What are you talking about? I think I got it.
You say paraneciums and euglena every time.
First of all, stop.
Yeah, Virginia, you just ruined it.
And you're not even saying it right.
Okay. Denny's has come up
Are
with
you
some,
really mad?
No.
Denny's has come up with some fake names for them, so we don't know who is legit or not. So Denny's has tricked us here. On line 1, we have Professor Fungi. Hello, Professor Fungi.
Hello, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, very professor-sounding voice.
Yeah, sounds, yes, like a biology professor. And then we also have Professor Archaea. I assume that's Archaea. That's a biology term, I assume. Okay.
Oh.
Hello, Professor Archaea.
Hi. How's it going?
Very good. All right. Now, we're going to throw some questions at you here, and our job is to try to determine which one is the legit biology professor. Jbird, I know you've been waiting for this question. I'm not going to make you wait any longer.
Okay.
What is your question? We'll start with Professor Fungi here.
How many unicellular organisms can you name?
Okay, Professor Fungi.
And just name them. I just want to hear you name them.
Okay.
Can you repeat the question, sir?
How many unicellular organisms can you name?
Sure, amoeba, placebo,
Okay. All right.
and of course immunoglobulins and hemoglobin.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's see what we get here with Professor Archaea. Can we actually solve this? Who is legit in one question?
I didn't mean to ruin the game.
No, that's a pro. This is a tougher one. Yeah, some of the other ones where we've had drug dealers and hookers.
It's tough.
It's a lot easier to like fool the crowd. When you got a biology professor here, this is a little bit more challenging. Professor Archaea, can you tell us what is it again, Jbird?
Unicellular organism.
Okay. All right.
All right.
What do you got there?
Bacteria, amoebas, paramecium.
Okay. All right.
Right off the top of my head, I can't think of any more.
Okay. He's got 3. Okay. Maybe that's a tough biology question, Jbird. I don't know.
Euglena.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jbird is an expert when it comes to unicellular organisms.
It's the only thing I retained in
It's
school because my teacher made me draw the pictures and I had to color it. It was a big color visual thing.
And it stuck.
It did stick because of that reason.
There you go, teachers. Now you know. Okay, the next question that we have here is, how many years did you have to stay in school to become a biology professor, and where did you attend? Okay. Now, people have been saying you ought to flip them up here. So just to let you know, we started with Professor Fungi last time, so I'm going to see how this works this time if it's too confusing. So the one who just answered, Professor Archaea, I'm going to have him answer how many years in school and where did you go?
Are we talking like college?
Yeah. It would be, past high school.
So 4 years in undergrad at University of Miami.
Okay.
And then I did 5.5 years at FAU.
Okay. All right. That is the schooling for Professor Archaea. Professor Fungi, where did you go and how long to get your degree?
Okay, I went to University of Bridgeport in Connecticut. I went 4 years undergrad bio, and then I did another 2 years for my master's, and then I went back to graduate school for another 2 more years to complete my biology, my doctorate in biology.
And where did you do your doctorate in biology?
I did that. I was down in Florida at that point, University of Florida.
University of Florida. Okay. All right.
I already have my answer.
You got it?
Oh, yeah.
Virginia, we'll see. Maybe just one more question here to find out who is legit as our biology professor. What is your question?
What is your day-to-day work life like? Like, what are you doing? What projects are you working on right now at work as a biologist?
Okay.
Good question.
Flip it back to Professor Fungi. We'll have you go first. Professor Fungi, what is your day-to-day right now?
Okay, my day-to-day right now is I'm working as a medical science liaison for an allergy and immunology stock company, and I'm working on different types of drugs as far as in the, it also could be, so allergy, immunology, and also sometimes neurology. I attend a lot of conferences. I meet with a lot of doctors and work with a lot of the drugs, chemicals, and all that.
Okay. I think that answer is complete BS, but it's not bad.
So I think someone got on Google maybe.
Yeah. It's not bad. That's a really good job Googling there. Professor Archaea, what is your day-to-day being a biology professor?
So I'm primarily a lecture instructor. So I teach at least 3 classes a day most of the time.
Okay. Can you say where you do this?
What was that?
Can you say where?
But
you don't have to. I just was curious if you could. Okay. All right, so 3 classes a day. Anything else you do on the day-to-day?
Yeah. So I'm also a club advisor at school, and we have research projects going on there, dealing with tardigrades and horseshoe crabs and
horseshoe crabs.
All sorts of stuff.
I think it's horseshoe crap.
Horseshoe crab. Yeah, we do horseshoe crab. Yeah.
Crab.
Okay. Horseshoe crabs. Okay. Well, I got to tell you, out of the 2, to me, it's got to be Professor Archaea. I have a strong conviction.
I would literally bet my face on it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So we are able to carve off your face if you are wrong.
That's how confident I am.
Do you agree with us, Virginia, that it's Professor Archaea over Professor Fungi that's the legit biology professor?
I do.
Okay. Are you the legit biology professor, Archaea?
I am, yes.
And Professor Fungi, what is it you really do?
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
And a Googler.
Nailing it.
Very nice. Okay, well, that was well played and well done. Thank you all very much. We have some nice little presents for you guys for playing a little round of Who is Legit. If you have a fun, legit career field, and we've had everything from cops to hookers and drug dealers and everything else in between, let us know about it. Send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com.
You know the one I would like to do? I'd like to do a murder detective. You know, the kind that, not in the uniform, but the one that wears the trench coat.
The detective.
Yeah, I'd like to do
the cold case guy.
Someone that's working on a cold case. I'd love to try to decipher who's on that one.
Okay, all right, that'd be fun. So send us those emails if you would.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
I always love to hear the confessions as our audience steps up and says, yep, guilty. We all have little secrets, things we've done that maybe we're not so proud of. You can get it off your chest here today and remain anonymous just by texting it to us. A lot of people have been doing that. 877-979-9763. I just want to find out the sins of our audience here today, what exactly they are doing.
What about the sins of some of us in this room? I'm looking at sinner.
Me? What am I doing?
She kind of got like a sinner's shirt on today.
She does.
Yeah, you can tell.
Sinful.
Virginia's up to no good today.
It's sassy.
Oh, so
you
sassy.
can't handle it.
I'd never claimed I could.
Some of the confessions that we have rolling in here today, and there's so many. We have an anonymous text that said, I would like to confess I used my wife's razor to shave my beehole.
Oh.
That's a different level than your nards, in my opinion.
Now to justify, says, I keep forgetting to bring one in the shower, and hers is right there. I'm trusting that the soap makes it sanitary.
A crime of convenience.
Does the soap make it sanitary?
Hell no.
Do a lot of guys do that?
Not this guy. Is he taking a straight razor? Like a Gillette?
Like a Bic.
That's risky.
That's a dangerous game,
Very
my
risky.
man.
Very risky.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't think most guys care, right?
I do use clippers. I make sure I like to be very clean, you know that. So I will use clippers around mine, but the clipper is safer to me than using a regular straight razor.
Clipper's not always safe, though. If you do have some hamburger hands like me, you can, without a doubt, nick your dong on accident.
Yeah, you do have to watch yourself. And
Terrible.
I use it. I do have, every now and then that does happen.
You got to be careful and watch what you're doing. Nick a dong, clip a lip, it happens.
Sounds like a name. My name's Nick
They
Dong.
sound like they do a morning show.
Middle initial A.
Nick
My
a
name's
dong.
Nick A. Dong.
Clip a lip.
How you doing, Mr. Dong?
Nick Dong in the mornings.
Yeah.
He wants to get you up.
It's really working out.
It
Yeah.
really. We got. I like this Nick Dong character here.
Nick Dong is great.
Somebody else confessed via text. I definitely hit a parked car that was parked too close to the street yesterday, and I kept on driving.
Okay, I'm telling you right now, be careful because there are cameras everywhere, y'all.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Somebody else confessed after my high school best friend took my boyfriend and then left him. I decided to flirt with her new boyfriend and had sex with him. Years later, she still doesn't know, and they're married now.
Oh, that is juicy.
Wow. What city is that from? I'm thinking that's Jupiter.
You got a feel for that
Yeah.
one? You locking in on that one? That anonymous confession? Somebody else texted in and said, my dad had an affair with my nanny, and the nanny's daughter looks an awful lot like him.
Oh, boy.
You're just sitting on that secret.
That's an Arnold Schwarzenegger
That is.
twist.
Does everyone in the family know that this affair happened, or do you just know?
The
Apparently-
nanny's kid looks like your dad. I think we know what happened.
And we think you have a brother.
Yeah. Do you have contact with the brother? How old is he? I need more.
Yeah, you're right. It's just kind of an appetizer.
Give me more.
This confession here came in, says, after my sister left her third loser husband, he wrote her letters from jail trying to get her back. She was living with me at the time, so I intercepted the letters, read them, and threw all of them away without her ever even knowing. I know she would have gone back to him if she had read them, and I wasn't about to let that happen.
I look at that as a Robin Hood type crime.
I do too.
You're doing that to protect your sister.
Yeah, it's a good move.
I mean, I can see the argument on both. Or someone's you got to give the letters to
Yeah.
because she's an adult, but I can also see why you would do that.
Yeah.
I might even do that.
She's living with you, too. So here's
Right.
the problem.
It becomes your problem.
It becomes your
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
He comes back when
Yeah.
he gets out to your place.
You're right.
No thanks.
Mm-hmm. And somebody else texted in their confession. It says, I dropped out of college my first year and I didn't tell anyone. My friend did too. My family thinks I went to that college for like 2 years. My friend and I spent that whole time hanging out and going places during quote unquote class time.
Oh, I bet you guys had so much fun too.
Yeah. Sounds like a blast.
It's a lie that's gonna come back at you.
It
though.
will.
Mm-hmm. Okay, do you have a confession you want to get off your chest? You can text it to us, 877-979-WRMF here at the KVJ Show. We got our KVJ confessionals going here today. People texting in their confessions to us, and we have somebody who would like to confess that we gave them advice once upon a time, and they did not listen to our advice, and apparently it blew up in their face.
Oh, we gave good advice?
I don't know. This happened about a year ago, I believe. So what was it that you had called us to get advice on?
So I called you guys because I wanted anonymous advice on a situation. My neighbor, who was actually, I was very close with his wife. We were kind of like couples, best friends.
Okay.
Was flirting with me. And it was really flattering, and it was happening constantly, and I had kind of started flirting back, and I could tell there were feelings developing. So I called. I needed someone to help, but I didn't want to talk to any of my friends. So I actually called you guys.
Yeah.
And Jason was the one who said, flirting is never, ever okay. It's never harmless. It's never innocent. And it needs to stop right away. And honestly, I thought that was kind of extreme. I thought, no, people flirt. It's fine. I can handle this. What I wanted to know more was, should I tell my husband? Should I tell the wife? What? Anyway, I did not listen to Jason's advice.
Okay.
And it spiraled out of control. And Virginia, please don't hate me, but it turned into a full-blown affair. And it was a mess.
Yeah.
Mess.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your neighbor?
Yep, across the street. And our children were best friends.
Oh,
with each
boy.
other.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, also, I am the last person you would ever in a million years think is the other woman. A million years. I go to church. I love my husband. I'm a good mom. But when flirting, it's exactly what Jason said.
Yeah.
When that stuff starts happening, it can get a hold of a little place in your mind where you haven't got attention. You know, I've been a mom for 10 years, and it took over.
Yeah. I get it. I think your story is legit though, and I think sharing that is a great eye opener for other people, because this kind of stuff can happen to absolutely anybody, and you think it's nothing, and you just entertain a little bit of something that may not be quite right, and then look, it can just take seed and it grows. Yeah.
There's a saying.
What's the saying?
I can't say it on the podcast, or I have to wait for the podcast.
Oh,
but it's a flirting.
There's a saying I can't say, so I'm gonna say it.
But not say it.
Bless your heart.
No, you're not
bless
blessing
all
my
of it. Bless your heart.
Don't you dare bless my heart.
I want to announce there's a saying that I can't say, but there is a saying.
Well,
I'm not saying it, Kevin.
We're not going to say it, but there is a saying.
I had a change of heart halfway through my comment.
You're adorable.
Stop it.
Yeah, I think it's brave for you to share that, and thank you so much for getting a hold of us. If things settle down in life now, where are you currently?
Yeah, it has taken a long time, and it's been rough. And that's the kind of road you need to stop it. You need to get off that road before it goes straight downhill into a nightmare. And things are okay. My husband is amazing. We've learned a lot, grown a lot, all of that stuff. But Jason was right. I don't think there is such thing as innocent flirting. I really don't. And I've always wanted to call and kind of let him know.
That's good.
Yeah, thank you. That does take a lot of
courage to do that. I don't hear that I'm
Appreciate
right a lot, so that's nice.
Yeah, we need to celebrate that. That's good.
We're not going to tell him, so you have to.
Yeah, that's good. That is such a great lesson, too. For anybody out there, you can think, that's not going to happen to me. I'm good. It's under control. It's just harmless.
It snowballs.
It does.
Well, flirting hurts people's feelings too. It's not a cool thing to do. If you really love somebody and that's the ride or die, and then you see her rubbing on some guy's shoulders or something, they're laughing about it. It's like a dagger to the heart.
And it sends a message too for the other person. You're planting a seed in their mind. So they are like going, okay, you started a little something. I'm going to see if I can take it to the next level. And then next thing you know, in a moment of bad judgment, oh boy.
But I still don't feel bad for cheaters though. Like I don't like if you're cheating on somebody, especially like that situation, it's hard for me to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you. Not that you necessarily feel bad for him, but I think that it is a lesson that, and not to say necessarily just cheating, but for any of us, there are things that that's why, to me, the cancel culture I don't love. Because maybe it's not cheating, but there may be something else in your life that you never imagined that you would do or something would happen. I think by human nature, we are all just built to sin and do bad things.
I mean.
And so in a bad day, in a bad moment of judgment, you can yourself do something like that. So be careful about throwing them stones. All right. Anybody else want to let us know about the affairs they've had? We love to listen.
Yes, we do.
877-979-WRMF.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Yeah. Well, it's been a little bit chilly the last couple days here in Florida. Just how cold? So cold that a St. Pete man started a fire in his apartment just to try to stay warm. And no, he didn't have a fireplace. He just had a stack of paperwork. Thought that would work.
Oh, bless his heart.
Bless his heart. Unfortunately, you know how that goes, though. The flames got out of control. And pretty much the whole apartment complex started to catch fire. The fire department got there quickly to put it out. Luckily, nobody was hurt, but the man was charged with arson and an official charge of being a dumbass.
Is it accidental arson? Can we get that on the record or no? Because he didn't really mean
accidental?
Accidental.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not sure exactly how they rule on that. But yeah, I think arson is arson is arson is arson. So, I don't know. Now, just how cold has it been in South Florida? It's been so cold that iguanas have been dropping from the trees.
I found a baby iguana yesterday, and I thought it was dead, but it was frozen, just chilling out there. It was kind of cute looking. It was real small.
People yesterday on Facebook were marking themselves safe from falling iguanas. You mark yourself safe after a hurricane or whatever.
We got about 5 to 10 different pictures that people had texted into us of iguanas just kind of like laying out on the ground. People were walking outside their doors and seeing iguanas laying all over the place if they weren't crashing out of trees. And some entrepreneurs here in South Florida like going, aha, I see an opportunity to make some money. Apparently, there are several ads that started popping up all over the place yesterday selling skinned, butchered, and headless iguanas, often nicknamed the chicken of the trees.
Oh.
Iguana meat is something people eat.
I don't know, man. That just grosses me out.
Yeah.
A lizard? Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
I'm not eating a baby dinosaur.
They say in Latin American culture, it's often freshly prepped and called garabo. And they were selling them for only $1, but you could get some great iguana meat yesterday.
But if I was raised in a house where iguana meat was always running wild, it would not be weird or gross to me, probably.
No, people eat frog legs.
I could not imagine eating frog.
Frog
That's
leg.
so gross.
That's a big thing in Louisiana.
That's right.
Them frog leg good, boy.
It's all about how you're raised. Well, to let you know on the animal front, if you do have a pet iguana, that is not going to be considered a service animal any longer. The U.S. Department of Transportation has stepped in and proposed new rules that would bring to an end this ridiculous era of the emotional support animals on planes.
Thank you. Finally, someone with sense.
Yeah, how did that all get so out of control all of a sudden?
Because everybody's a victim, and then placating to victims and all that whole culture.
You're not. I have a sad story. You're not being fair to my sad story.
Unless you have a medical thing where you need a service dog, you can't bring your animal around other people.
Virginia, you're so happy.
Oh, I'm so happy. This is so great. The emotional support dogs really pissed me off.
The woman on the news goes, yes, you can no longer bring your peacocks to the airport.
Yes.
You shouldn't have to say that.
Every story I would read would be about these emotional support dogs attacking children in the airport because they're not trained.
They're emotionally distraught dogs.
They need emotional support.
Mm-hmm. So no more pigs, no more miniature horses, no turkeys, and no peacocks are going to be allowed. Just dogs.
I mean, the peacock was the one that really, everyone's like, what are we doing?
Literally, what are we doing? This thing's got a wingspan of like 8 feet.
Well,
Come on.
They showed footage of it walking through the airport.
Peacocking.
It was ridiculous.
He was peacocking.
And another note on airport safety here. If you have a Wi-Fi password, do not go with the password name remote detonator. Somebody did. It popped up on a plane on somebody's phone, and they noticed that there was a remote detonator on board.
Uh-oh.
That caused panic at Detroit Metropolitan Airport.
And you can see why.
But do you get in trouble for that?
Yes, they do. They removed the 2 passengers.
It's not your, I mean,
You're on a plane. You're being a dumbass. Now you're not on a plane anymore.
Honestly, the worst place to be a dumbass is on a plane. I've been a dumbass a lot of places. You just try not to be that on that plane.
I don't know, man. I was a dumbass in that Miami Dolphins cheerleading outfit, and the airport loved it. I mean, I was the text.
You're an innocent dumbass.
I was. But
you weren't detonating anything. I mean, you were hot, but you weren't detonating.
But they could have couldn't they have had that before, and they were trying to be funny, and they didn't realize they had that for the plane?
Totally.
It might have been, but you have to look into it. You can't take any chances, because imagine if something horrible happens and they're like going, yes, there was somebody on board and it said remote detonator and they didn't investigate.
We ignored it.
They would be like, what? So yes, you open yourself to an investigation and a probing. I'm sure that they were probed thoroughly.
Good. I hope they get charged too, because you can't do that.
That's the lesson.
The whole plane gets diverted. Now everybody's time is money, Bird.
When you get thrown in that airport jail, when they take you off the plane, are they mean to you with their questioning, like, we know you have a bomb, or are they just kind of like, so tell me what's going on with this thing? Are they calm about it?
Probably somewhere in the middle.
There's a good cop, bad cop.
It's always about what kind of day we're having,
Yeah,
Jbird.
Stop being an idiot. Don't make your password detonator, you moron.
Definitely you're the bad cop.
Definitely.
Well, it's a bad mascot. A lot of people have made comments since the Philadelphia Flyers introduced their mascot, Gritty. It's kind of a orangish, bearded, kind of crazy-looking whatever creature it might be. Well, now Gritty is under investigation for allegedly punching a 13-year-old kid who hit him on the head during a photo shoot in November.
Look, I get it. I used to be Chuck E. Cheese back in the day, and these kids, these teenagers, would pull my tail, and yeah, I did punch one square in the face. And then he went to go tell his mom, and his mom didn't believe him that Chuck E. Cheese punched him.
Wow.
Dang.
Got away with it.
Okay.
My mom used to call Chuck E. Cheese a rat.
He was.
Never know who's going to be squirrely. Got to be careful. A Palm Coast man apparently didn't take too kindly to a couple people in a McDonald's complimenting his Batman jacket. For some reason, that set him off, and he started cursing at them. And as one of them then threatened to call the cops, the guy in the Batman jacket goes out and gets a bat out of his car and then starts swinging it at the victims.
That escalated.
Yeah, this is all at the Palm Coast McDonald's, and people are going, okay, sorry, I don't like your Batman jacket.
That's in our neck of the woods,
A
isn't
little
it?
north, yeah.
Not too far.
Yeah, the guy took off running in his Batman jacket and has not been arrested at this time, so.
Did he run extra superhero fast?
I'm sure he did, yes. Somebody else that got squirrely in Texas. There's a cop there that told a woman to stop twerking on top of a car.
Oh, come on now. She ain't hurting nobody.
She did not listen. She said, I'm not going to stop twerking. So she dropped her pants, kept twerking, and then spat on him.
Oh, yeah. You can't drop your pants. You can't
You go from
spit.
fun to mean so quick.
It can turn fast.
I was on your team, twerker.
Twerk the jerk.
Yeah.
She's been charged with harassment of a public servant. Apparently, there are guys who are using banana peels when they're getting it on with themselves.
I saw this story today. Doctors are warning guys, stop humping your bananas.
Yeah, they say it could
Why?
cause rashes, sores, and maybe even an infection.
Oh, my. From the banana?
Yes.
They're heating it up, too.
I bet they are.
Well, they're putting it in the microwave.
Can I see video?
I don't know if they have any. We had audio of something, I thought. No, we didn't. Never mind. Not of me. No. I've never humped a banana, Virginia. I know that's what you're going to ask.
I don't know if I believe you.
Well, I don't care. I'm not here to pumpkin.
Have you humped a pumpkin?
No.
And thank goodness Dr. Oz has stepped into the debate we've been having about can you actually taste things with different parts of your body. Taste buds exist apparently outside of your mouth.
Is he going to pull it out on the Dr. Oz show?
Yes, he did. He put it, yes. He dipped it in the soy sauce like what they've been doing on Trick Talk. And he's saying that you cannot taste with your testes.
How did I miss that video? I feel like that would go viral.
I feel like I need to see it.
Yes, Dr. Oz, yes. It's very salty nuts, apparently. And that is your whacked out news.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Okay, a little round here of would you rather. Yeah, neither one of these are a very good option, but you have to choose one. Okay, what do you think here? Would you rather broadcast every second of your life on a popular YouTube channel or be barefoot till death? What would you rather do, Virginia?
I'm going YouTube.
Everything you do is on YouTube, though. Pooping, crying. It's like the Truman Show.
Oh, even pooping?
Dog. It's got to be.
show pooping. The Truman Show showed pooping?
Not in the movie, but it's assumed that you're going to see Truman probably drop it like it's warm.
That was part of it. He should have, if it was, he should have been very upset by that. I remember he had a moment when he found out that his life was a TV show.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they're filming me going to the bathroom, that's
They had him.
tough.
They had him in the tub. Yeah, that's what's going on here. Every event you'd have to go barefoot.
I guess I got to be barefoot, but I mean, that sucks. I love shoes. I have tender feet.
Tender feet.
You would.
Tenderfoot.
Your foot would be in pain a lot of times.
Probably.
Yeah, I'd always be stepping on something sharp, and I have like a puppy belly foot.
But you could never be in private, ever, if you were on the YouTube.
I'm okay with everything except the pooping, the showering, and the bow chicka bow wow.
Well, I think you could block it. You could cover
Yeah,
it.
you'd know where the camera is, and then you could It would just be a matter of adjustment.
You'd see your face, only like you just struggling pooping, just your face part.
You see me wrestling with a nuke?
But that's all. It's just a face cam, so it doesn't show anything embarrassing.
Okay.
I don't know. Now I'm going to change my answer again. If you can't see all of me, I'm okay.
I think you got to go barefoot. I think the idea of always having like the world watch you, that's got to be maddening.
Yeah, I think that would be maddening. But for me, you go barefoot a lot. My life is so boring, nobody would watch my life. They would give up.
That's not true.
Well, they would just be like, there's nothing to see here. And there's really nothing. So
When's this guy going to do something?
Yeah, go ahead and broadcast every second of my life. I don't care. Yeah, going barefoot, especially if you ever go up north or somewhere where it's cold, there's absolutely no way. I couldn't get around like that. I don't have the shells on the bottom of my feet like you do, Jbird.
Listen to Anna in the chat room. She said, I've walked down Bourbon Street barefoot and lived to tell the tale. I mean,
you're lucky you didn't catch some kind of crazy infection.
That's a brave girl.
Yeah,
that's such a gross street.
Yeah, it is. Okay, that's our answers on that. Would you rather? What about this one? Would you rather be handcuffed to a known serial killer or your ex?
And it's got to be the ex that you really don't like, the one that caused so much pain.
And we don't know that he's not a serial killer.
I'm going to go with the ex. That's easy. I've never had anybody that I've been with that is so impossible that they would be worse to be with than a known serial killer who might, in my sleep, take me out.
What about you, Virginia?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I think it all depends upon your ex. Luckily, mine are manageable.
Well, I think for the game, for the sake of the game, you have to pick the worst ex you've ever had, and that's who's handcuffed to you.
I've got a few.
Maybe you're the problem.
So knowing that, would you go serial killer or ex to be handcuffed to?
I mean, serial killer is definitely worse. I got to go ex.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think any of my exes have killed.
Yeah, it's not enjoyable, but it's not nearly as bad as a serial killer.
Unless you have a serial killer that isn't into killing like you. Like he doesn't, for whatever reason, he doesn't get you. He's not getting going by you.
Right? How the BTK had a wife at home and didn't kill her.
Exactly.
Yeah, if I wasn't the serial killer's type, then I'm fine with that.
But you had to go out there and he's murdering people. You know,
I'm there with him when he's murdering.
But they're probably, even if they're not murdering you, one, they're murdering somebody else, or they're just always weird and they're off. So who would want to be attached to that?
Yeah.
But if you have drama, I mean,
but I think you just described my ex too.
Yeah.
Always weird and off.
Unless your ex is a serial killer, then at that point you're just screwed.
Yeah, you got to pick the ex. You cannot be tethered to a serial killer.
I picked the ex too, but there are definitely people out there that would pick the serial killer.
Which ex?
Which ex would I? That isn't. There's no way I would answer that.
You said your worst ex. Yeah.
You're trying to get me stabbed?
Which one is
Who
the
is your
worst?
worst ex?
I am not saying that.
She's about to become a serial killer.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Don't even put the energy out there.
She's gonna kill you and then me.
Because there is one. There's definitely one.
As you read these, you're like going, I think these feel like they're from the mind of Jbird and Dennys, and maybe a late night, I don't know what kind of session.
I can't even blame it on Dennys. It's more me. I'm sorry.
They're twisted, but yes, they have a little stench on them. They smell like birds.
They're starting to, you get an essence here of bird in
Essence
these questions.
of bird.
Yes, smelling that.
They smell like cake and Jameson.
Well, I don't want to bring Dennys down with poor writing.
Final one here. Would you rather kill everybody on the show or only eat human beings for the rest of your life?
If your only option, you'd have to kill me, Kevin, Sweet Suits.
I can't kill you guys. I'm going to eat humans, but can I eat ones that have died?
I don't think you know what you're eating. When you go out to eat, I'll take a hamburger. It's a
handburger.
It's a hamburger.
Yeah.
I just love hamburger comedy.
Clearly.
Yeah, I think this one is easy. First off, does it matter that I'm on a plant-based diet? Don't do meat?
They don't care about your plant-based. You have to eat human beings.
I have to eat human. And do I get somebody that can prepare it well?
Yeah, so if you want
So maybe it's delicious human?
If it's a Hot Pocket,
yeah,
you have human Hot Pocket.
Okay.
Everything you eat is a human. no matter what.
Yeah.
For the rest of your life.
That's easy. You kill everybody on the show.
I couldn't do it. But that would suck so bad. Those are your only choices. I have to kill y'all or eat hamburgers.
Yeah.
I'm eating hamburgers.
Okay, that's what you're doing.
What about a foot-long sub?
Oh! I think we're already at a bad joke quotient for the day.
Elbow macaroni?
Oh, finger sandwiches.
Whoa! Black eyed peas. What?
KVJ Show is all over social media. Find us Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
The numbers on home speaker systems are going through the roof every single year. They're like doubling in numbers. The average American now has as many as 2. Some people have 4 of these smart speakers in their house. They are convenient if you want to listen to music, if you want to get information. I know at the gym I go to, my trainer, he is really great, and he's always getting information. And boy, he and that Alexa, they just really are on the same page. He uses it like a maestro. Some people do. Some people find the whole concept to be very creepy, because we have heard stories about them using it to listen in on what you're doing in your home. So is it enough that it freaks you out where you wouldn't get a home speaker? And what's the worst that could happen? Well, there are a lot of interesting little things that are kind of written into these Alexas. Things that Alexa will do that if you have the certain hack, it will actually do some stuff that is kind of odd. And there's something called the listeners that somebody demonstrated on their home speaker device, where you can conjure up like an alter ego or another personality for your Alexa.
What?
It's some creepy stuff.
Like an evil Alexa?
Almost like there are some evil people hanging out, because you can't see Alexa. Where is Alexa? Is she chilling in a room? And if she is, who's with her? It almost seems like a group of dark individuals known as the listeners that are always watching what you're doing all the time. Somebody demonstrated on a YouTube video. This is some of the audio that came out of their home speaker system when they were talking to it about the listeners.
Ask the listeners to let the other voices speak.
Do you really want to hear what these strange guys have to say? We trust that you will not say continue and agree to hear the other voice.
Continue.
So long as we are here, with you. We are listening and speaking. From within. What we mean is, after a longer pause for breath. From within. From within an aestheticized container. And from within the normalized. The regularized. The grammatized.
Sounds like Alexa's been smoking weed.
What kind?
Container. We are listening. In as much as we are with you. It is a pleasure. Always. Always. Such a pleasure.
Stalker weed?
Does that feel creepy to anybody else?
Yes!
We're always with you. We're always listening. It's a pleasure.
Talking cryptic?
Yeah.
I wonder if you asked more questions like, where are the bodies at?
I just wonder, because you have these designers and they have a powerful tool in their hands where they have the ability to eavesdrop on you and do things that you may not even realize, these programmers. If you've got somebody that is a bad egg, as these programmers, there are all kinds of little things, tripwires, Easter eggs, whatever you want to call them. I don't even know.
He could know, like, it's his last day on Friday, and he's like, it's Thursday. I'm going to mess some stuff up.
Well, you think about it. They could put something in there where they could access it, I'm sure, from their own home.
Yeah, people, there's really, smart and evil is
Horrifying, yes.
Wow. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, some people, I guess, are weirded out by that stuff. And if you hear that, you're like, oh, there's no way I would ever have one of those things because it feels like it's going to kill me in my sleep. Other people, they don't seem to have any problems with it. Like, so what?
How scared would you be if you're just laying in bed, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden you hear Alexa go, "Hi, Virginia. I just love watching you sleep."
Pretty scared.
Oh, my God.
What the hell is going on? Unplug it.
Somebody texted in and said, yeah, I got a Google Home system in the middle of the night. I snored really loud, and Google's like, how can I help you? Yeah, there you go. Yes, I don't know. There's some freaky little stuff in there, but there's a whole bunch of things that apparently you can do or say, and your home speaker device will do all these kind of like odd little things.
I mean, there's no way someone's not listening if they want to. If they really want to get into the Sinicki's home,
you're right,
and that's their ultimate goal, you cannot poop in peace.
You're going to hear a lot of S-bomb talking.
I know.
Oh, yeah, you will. Oh, yeah, you will. All right, well, something that might make your house feel a little homier than an Alexa or a home speaker, even if you've got a small place. This is kind of interesting. It's 4 hacks that you can do to make a small room feel bigger.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting stuff. So if you're into that kind of stuff and fixing up your place, I'll tell you about it next. Oh, yeah. We're kind of doing some stuff with the house, Virginia, trying to finally get to it, fix it up a little bit. So I'm actually kind of into some of this little stuff that you do. We were talking earlier about reorganizing my closet.
Yeah.
And that Marie Kondo, is that her name, that does all that stuff?
Yeah.
It's all about streamlining things. So I kind of found this a little bit interesting. If you've even got a dinky place, and our house is pretty small, so we're doing little things trying to make it look bigger than what it is. But on Thrillist, they had how to make a small room feel bigger and some interesting little hacks here. Easy stuff you can do. They say that you need to follow the rule of 3 when it comes to lighting. Each room, they say, should have at least 3 light sources because it'll get rid of hard shadows and create more depth.
Oh.
3 light sources in each room. Okay.
I'm taking notes here, Ralston.
Yeah, do this. This is what I'm doing. So that's 1. Rule of 3 when it comes to lighting. 2, don't fill every wall with art. Small spaces tend to feel bigger if you leave 1 or 2 walls open. When there's too much on the walls, it can feel cluttered. Point 3, think about rug size. A tiny rug that's too small for a room can make your place actually feel smaller than what it really is. In general, there should be about 2 feet of space between the edge of a rug and the wall. So if the room is 10 by 12, the rug should be 8 by 10.
I love laying out a cool rug.
Cool rug, huh?
Just like one of those shaggy...
I love rugs.
I love laying on them.
I must have 15 rugs in our house. Big ones. I like a big rug.
You got them Tequesta rugs. I got them Walmart rugs.
You do, huh?
Trust me, they look like Walmart
They're
rugs.
actually more like doormats.
They're not They're
rubber
good.
and they say welcome.
I have to change them like every 2 months. That's not a good rug.
And the 4th hack here, how to make a small room feel bigger, create the illusion of taller ceilings. And one way is to make short ceilings feel taller by getting extra long curtains and then hang them from above your windows. They say it creates the illusion that you have taller ceilings than what you do.
I wonder if that would work if I wore long jeans to the point where it made my legs look like, oh, this guy might be 6'4".
Yes. I almost see your logic
like,
on that.
Oh, this guy's wearing his dad's pants.
Dad's pants. I mean,
dad pants. So, yeah, there you go. If you're working on your place, a couple of things you can do. It's tiny.
I like it.
Yeah, the lighting law of 3, I never heard, and that's pretty good. It is true.
That's the biggest takeaway for me.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Tell me what you think about this. I could see this debate. Look at this from both sides. You probably heard of the band Aerosmith. They have been around for a very long time. In the early 70s, they were making hit music. In the 80s, they had a resurgence because of Run DMC, and that was like 86, and that was a resurgence.
And then they crushed it in the 90s with all that crazy.
Yeah, they did. They came
amazing.
back in a big way. That was the height of Aerosmith's fame. Still around, still touring like a lot of, older rock bands that you see like Kiss that are doing it, and Motley Crue. But part of the problem is as you get older, it's harder to play the way that you did. Rush just lost their drummer, arguably the best drummer ever, Neil Peart. And now the Aerosmith drummer, Joey Kramer, is saying that the band is locking him out of rehearsals, and he is upset about it.
Gosh, the drama with those clowns. They cannot get it together. They're in their 60s. Dude, let go of the past.
But there's a whole backstory.
Yes, let me give you the backstory and tell me whose side you're on. Joey Kramer, the drummer of the band Aerosmith. Now, what is going on here is the other guys in the band are saying, sorry, Joey. He had apparently some kind of medical issue that had happened and it has affected his physicality, and he's not able to drum to the quality and the standard that they believe needs to be present to give fans what they demand when they buy an expensive ticket to see Aerosmith.
So he took a hiatus and they replaced him. And then they told him, okay, if you want to come back now that the hiatus is up, you have to audition. And he did, and he wasn't good enough according to them.
This happened with Kiss too. They could not. Peter Criss. They had to re-audition Peter Criss because he could not keep up.
Yeah,
the same thing.
To me, I am on the side of Aerosmith.
I am too.
Yeah.
If you can't keep up with the band and they are objectively really just looking at it and not being biased, if they're just judging you on your skill level and your skill level is not where it used to be, they have a reputation to uphold.
Here's what I do. I do exactly what Foo Fighters do. Those guys have made so much money, they don't need money. Bring him along too. Have him play some songs. Be honest with them and say, we're not shutting you out completely, because the fans who love Aerosmith, they don't like him shut out. It's not cool to do to somebody. In my opinion, that's family. That's not just a band. That's family. You find a way to make that work and keep that guy involved.
If you wanted to hashtag be cool, you could totally have two drummers.
You find a way to make it work. It's not going to be ideal, but it's better than shutting down a brother.
Yeah. I would say that too. I would just go on ahead and put him on a drum kit that you don't mic up.
People do it all the time. You're right.
He's part of the photos.
Yes.
And you're like, hey, you know what? We got Joey Kramer here. You know, he was on all the classical albums. He's terrible now, and you're not going to hear him. It'll be fine. You get to see him. You get the photos with him. Try to keep up your appearance, Joey.
See, to me, this is a chance where Aerosmith can have a lesson of loyalty, in my opinion.
There's probably bad blood.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what it is.
Well, that's what I mean. Where
Joey has been popping off, and they've been trying to be quiet about it.
But if you can't get it, I mean, how are you guys still fighting?
Yeah, well, they still have
pride, baby, pride.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on here.
Did you ever hear that about Peter Criss?
No, somebody just texted and said, I'm a huge Kiss fan, and Peter Criss never had to re-audition.
That's not true. According to Paul Stanley's audio book, they kicked him out of the band at one point because he couldn't keep up.
Are you in a kiss-off right now?
I'm telling you, I know I'm new to the dance with Kiss. I just listened to Paul Stanley's audiobook.
Yeah, so
there was
Jbird might know
drama.
more than you do. Yeah, I don't think Peter Criss has ever been regarded as one of the greatest drummers. When you listen to, like I said, I just mentioned the Rush drummer. Like Peter Criss, nobody's ever really said. He's kind of a Ringo Starr of hard rock.
What they would do was they would record Kiss songs without Peter Criss in studio on some songs.
Damn.
Yeah. Some people were saying, wow, this poor Joey Kramer, Def Leppard, maybe with a guy with one arm.
I know, man.
And Aerosmith can't do it. Guy's just getting a little older.
Well, first of all, Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, they have always butted heads with each other, so there's major egos in that band regardless.
Yeah. But if it is legit just about performance, yeah, I think that is fair. I think that, you know, you should have to always audition for your job. Nothing should ever be like, you got it forever. Got to keep up.
But it would be cool to have two drummers. Have one, like, carrying most of the weight.
Yes.
But you have Joey there, too. I mean, that's evolved.
Maybe they could give him one of those, like, little kid drums.
Like a Fisher-Price set?
Or maybe a tambourine.
Oh.
It's a unique situation that most of us will never have to face, and they could absolutely be cool.
Yeah, okay. All right, anything to add to the conversation? You always can. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763.
You know how you hear people on the radio and you're like, I wonder what they look like when they're saying that. I wish I could see them. Well, you can. We're right there on youtube.com/KVJ Show.
Talking about some drama going on in the band Aerosmith right now. Their former drummer, Joey Kramer, they're making re-audition because they don't believe that physically he's up to drumming the way that he needs to and meeting up with an Aerosmith standard. So whose side are you on? I was on the side of the band, but I do agree that there is a compromise in here where Joey Kramer's allowed to still come on stage. They have another drummer that's really doing all the heavy lifting. But Joey Kramer's still in all the photos, and he's still like he's part of the band, but they can acknowledge, hey, you know, and it is tough. Be like going, yeah, I'm just not what I used to be.
Well, I mean, I really like Aerosmith. I wouldn't say I'm a super fan, but it's one of the few bands where I know all of the guys, their faces, and as even just a mild fan, I'd like to see that cat walk on stage and get the applause he deserves.
You got to do what's best for the fans. And the fans should not have to sit through after they paid $200 for a concert ticket, listen to, ooh, that sounds a little off. It should be good. I mean, make it sound good, make it look good.
I just feel like sometimes in life, there's certain situations you become a family. Like us, we're kind of at a family point now.
You're right.
I mean, we fight. If we fight, we get over it because we're a family. You got to get over certain stuff.
Yeah. But I do like that. Look, you always have to prove your worth. You can never be like, yeah, well, we just, they've been here forever. So I'm sorry. You've got to always prove your worth. Somebody texted in and said, do you guys have to audition for your jobs each year? I don't. Yeah, actually, we do. I mean, every day we're auditioning for our jobs. And trust me, if we don't cut it and we don't do what we need to do, we out.
But here's the thing, though. If Virginia or me, all of a sudden, we just went off the rails, or even you, and we started acting like a completely different person, we're not going to just kick somebody out. We're going to sit down, we're going to talk about it like a family and try to figure it out. We're not going to just kick people out.
We've been fortunate we haven't really had that. But, if you're a fan of the Howard Stern show, you used to have Artie Lang on there with him. And
before that, Jackie.
Yeah, and, that was a guy that, because of drug issues and everything else that was going on, he eventually he gave him a lot of rope, but finally he had to say, look, got to move on. You just can't cut it. I mean, you can't come in here and sleep every day.
And I understand that. I mean, I'm not saying you always accept it, but I mean, the guy, we're talking about Artie, who did things to himself, and then you're talking about a guy who has an ailment.
And you try to help people, try to help them along the way. But I mean, so many jobs today, they're performance-based. And that's just, unfortunately, that's not unfortunate. I'm sorry. That's just, no apologies. That's the way the world works. You got to prove yourself.
Yeah, again, though, I agree with what you're saying, but sometimes if there's an injury or something like that.
It's hard to say, though, on the Aerosmith thing, because you don't know how much crap.
Agreed.
That the guy who left the band has been talking. But
we don't know the whole story.
We don't
we're
know
just going
both
on
sides,
whatever. But
right.
to me, without knowing everything, I do believe that in those type of things that play with the nostalgia, keep him around because you are a family, but you still, if he can't cut it, then sorry, man, we got to have somebody else do the main drumming on this.
Like, what if I lost my voice? I know some people would be happy, but let's say I lost it, but I still, I don't want to be out of a gig.
No, we'd find a place for you, and we'd rearrange, and that would be what we would try to do because, we got the kind of, not necessarily we've been around as long as Aerosmith, but we've been around long enough that, you don't want KV or Jay or any of the side players to go away.
It's a unique situation.
We could fix it. We could make you like one of those computer voices.
And I would think that would be awesome.
It'd be tricky with the timing.
It would be, but we could make it work, baby.
We would try.
I think we could. So that's just kind of my take on it. Got something you want to throw at us, you can text it in, or you can even email. We can pick up the conversation on the After the Show podcast, part of the stuff that we do.
I love talking music with you, baby.
Yeah, getting in your comments. Mail at kvjshow.com. That is going to be coming up live here on YouTube. Just about 15, 20 minutes from now. You can always get it on demand as well. It is on the way.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show. That sucks. That sucks. That stinks. You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Oh, darn. Oh, I played the wrong one. Sorry about that.
You're going to get hate now. You're going to get hate.
That would get hate on playing the hate song.
You thought they hated you before.
Oh, my gosh.
Rookie mistake, Ralston.
Yeah, there's too many of them up here. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. This is the one I wanted.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show. That sucks. That sucks. That stinks. You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Kevin, you are like Rapunzel, except instead of letting down your hair, you let down everybody in your life, especially us in the audience and your family.
Oh, geez. You hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Tell that big-nosed woman to shut her Botox-ridden up mouth. Virginia, you're not funny or attractive. You're just a snobby, dried-up, old-looking dinosaur.
You hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Jason sells his body for bricks so he can build his dog Chewy a whorehouse. That's right. I'm calling your obese dog a fat hoe.
Whoa!
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ Show.
Who is playing hide and seek with Denny's chin? If I had a chin like that, I'd hate my parents. He must have smoked that thing right off his face because Denny's has a bitch-ass chin.
That sucks.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Oh, the audience is giving you the business.
Yes.
Aw.
Yeah, a lot of stuff
Man's
going
over
on
there.
over
I
here.
mean, he's pushing buttons.
I know.
Yeah.
She's struggling.
Walk a day in my shoes, kids. All right, here we go. From the negative to the positive. Jbird, wrap it up with a thought today.
People don't change. They reveal who they really are.
Oh, I love that.
Looking for some KVJ merchandise and swag? Go to kvjshow.com and click KVJ Gear.